Shalom and welcome to the 70 Facebooks of the Torah. I'm Jesse Olitsky, rabbinic intern here at the Orangetown Jewish Center. I'm so excited to be studying Parshat Tzav with you this week. I'm coming to you from Washington, D.C., where I'm here with a large delegation of OJC members at the APAC Policy Conference, and we're just taking a break from our Israel advocacy to learn the Parsha together. So this Parsha, continuing from last week's discussion, Parshat Vayikra, this week's Parsha, Parshat Tzav, deals again and again with sacrifice and the different types of sacrifices. In chapter 8, we really have the beginning of formal worship, formal ritual, where Moses commands Aaron and his sons how to go about their sacrifices, what clothes to wear, how to wash their bodies and prepare themselves, and how to actually sacrifice the animals. But I want to go back to the beginning, very beginning of chapter 7. And in the beginning of chapter 7, there's an exact line, the first verse of one specific type of ritual, one specific type of sacrifice that really stands out and really speaks to me. So if we look at chapter 7, verse 1 of the book of Leviticus, and we have V'zo Torah ha'asham kodesh kodeshim hu. And this is the ritual of a reparation offering. This ritual is an offering of atonement. And this is Kodesh Kodeshim. This is the holiest of all holy offerings. This ritual is the holy of all holy offerings. This sacrifice is the holiest sacrifice we can offer. The sacrifice of atonement. What is it about a sacrifice of atonement that is so holy, holier than all other things? What do you think? To me, there's nothing more holy than atoning for our sins, than realizing that we've made mistakes, than asking for forgiveness. It's Kodesh Kodeshim, holier than all other holy things, holier than all other sacrifices, because it takes so much from us to admit we've done something wrong, and to ask for forgiveness, to ask God for forgiveness, to ask one another for forgiveness. It's really beautiful language that we find here in the Torah, that it's Kodesh Kodeshim, the holy of all holy things. It admits that there's something holy, intrinsically holy, about making mistakes. Because if this is the holiest of all sacrifices, you can't offer this sacrifice unless you make mistakes. You can't offer this sacrifice unless there's something that you've done wrong that you have to atone for. And within this statement, within this verse, that the sacrifice, Kodesh Kodeshim Hu, is the holiest of holy sacrifices, it's understood that there's something holy about each of us and in all that we do. Not just the good, and not just the blessings in our lives. When we're doing mitzvot, and we're doing God's work, and we're loving each other and living in God's way, but also the mistakes we make in our lives. The mistakes we make too, there's holiness intrinsically in them. Because through those mistakes, we're able to offer this reparation offering, this atonement offering, the holiest of all offerings we can do in this verse, in this parsha, and we can in turn continue doing holy work to God, to each other, and really for ourselves. So my question for you and for all of us this week, what can we all do in our lives to make every single thing Kodesh Kodeshim, the holiest of all holy things we do? And when we make mistakes, what does it take for each of us? What does it take for each of us to recognize those mistakes and understand that there's intrinsically something holy about those mistakes, and have the courage to admit those mistakes and offer our atonement. Ask for forgiveness to God, to one another, to ourselves. I look forward to discussing this with you this week over the internet while I'm here in Washington and when I return back to our OJC community in person. Have a great week.